Good afternoon. Hold up. My cord is just a smidge tangled. Oh, alright. I went up on the shore to get away from the basculin. Good morning, everyone. I hope you had a good Tuesday. Let me turn on that. That helps a bit. Not a shiny, which is fine. Hopefully I get it today. But hopefullys have gone on for the past 4 or 5 days now. That's a lie. I've been about 3 days, I think. Okay, guys, really? I got mobbed by the basculin, and now the magic harp just decides to pop up under my will. I think they're just trying to get rid of me. I have disturbed their ecosystem for far too long now. Oh, it's snowing! Oh no. Hope everybody had a good Tuesday. Mine wasn't bad. I went and cleaned the cabin, and my feet absolutely hated me afterwards. I do mean just absolutely hated me afterwards. I am slightly off center again. Nudged something. There we go. And it looks like we are not getting a new mega this week. Unless they just decide to spring a surprise on us tomorrow, which probably wouldn't be that much of a surprise. I mean, it wouldn't be a surprise because all their trailers have been on like Thursdays so far, I think, except for like the Switch 2 one and the Pokemon Day trailer. But it's so funny. I finally remembered to take a couple minutes last night and look up videos just on like some basic easy lighting tips. And I watched a couple of shorts, and they're all like, here's lighting at a 45-degree angle, and here's lighting behind you, and here's this one, and they're not showing or telling you how to do these lightings. Just, we have this lighting set up, and it works very well. It's like, okay. I think it's the 3rd or 4th video I came across, and the dude's like, okay, here's how you do this, and here's how you get better front lighting at like 45-degree or so angles. It's like, first, lift your light up. You need it set higher, and it's like, wait, really? So I reached over, and usually I have my little milk tank plush sitting just on this candle that I light on occasion. So I took her off and set her on the desk, and just put it underneath my lamp, and it's like, the lighting is so much better. Probably not as much during the day as it is at night, just because there's so much light behind me. But as you can tell, I am not completely lit up more or less by my TV anymore. I will take any small improvement. I'm not like half in shadow. No, I don't need you. I could never run into another one of you again in this game, and it would not bother me at all. There is always another day closer to Legend Z8. And yes, I did about say Legends Arceus. If I can remember after stream... Oh, well, that's just me. I am going to post that vote I want you guys to do for me. But I keep forgetting to do. Also, if I start sounding a little gunky, I apologize. I think allergy season is starting to kick off. And you know, that's always fun. I'm sure at some point in time in the next month and a half, 2 months, I'll probably end up with a head cold for a few days. So you guys might have to listen to me sniffle. But hopefully today will be my lucky day in getting this guy shiny. Because, you know, I really want another massively over odds hunt again. Maybe Omanyte just really does not like me. Maybe Kabuto will be kinder when I get to that hunt. Him. It was so fun though. I got to share a little bit of Pokemon lore today. I guess you would call it lore. People were talking about it, the GTS in a stream I was watching. Someone's like, yeah, I don't get all the Furfru. Why Furfru? Or why there's so many Furfru in the GTS? And I was like, alright, chickies. Like, the Furfru are from when they first started coming out in Pokemon Go fashion. And those were the only way you could get the trims in Pokemon Home. That is literally why I still have like half of the GTS in Pokemon is wanting Furfru trims. Being able to get them in Legends EA, and if the trims are transferable into Pokemon Home, that is just going to ruin that economy. I can't say nothing though, because I was one of those people offering up like a shiny or a legendary for the freaking Pharaoh trim. Of course, I was doing it literally like right as it hit, probably a couple days into Fashion Week, as soon as I realized that it was a thing. And then of course, me being the smart cookie I am, I saw the heart trim. It's like, that's definitely going to be a Valentine's Day thing. So I just saved one in my game to do the cut for and transferred it over. I'm looking forward to being able to possibly shiny hunt all the trims. Well, shiny hunt, God, what is it? 10 different Furfru for all the trims? If not more, if they're kind enough to give us a couple new ones. I still kind of hope they will. I would love for like a Paldean themed trim to be like a mariachi hat. Which that's actually probably more Mexican than like I want to say Spanish, but Spanish, I guess, yeah. Don't quote me on that though. It's been a long time since I was in Spanish class, and we did the light bit of studying on like the different countries that speak the Spanish language. Like the biggest thing I remember from Spanish class is La Comentina, the big food fight they do one day in Spain. That is the biggest thing my brain remembers from most of taking 2 years of Spanish. Why are you being so stubborn? I shouldn't say that. It'll take me another 7,000 encounters to get it. If it takes me another 7,000 encounters to get this second shiny Omanyte, I'm just gonna curl up under my desk and cry. This has legit been a month-long shiny hunt for these for 2 shinies. That's kind of sad. A little understandable with me doing the first hunt as a fossil revival in Pokemon. And I keep wanting to say Pokemon Home and Let's Go Pikachu, but still. No, sir. I don't actually know if me going back and forth through the cave like this is helping or hindering. I'm gonna get him eventually, but whether or not that eventually is today or next week, it's just a matter of luck. Love it. I went to start my game and it's like your Switch system requires an update, and it's like, no, I'm not closing out my save file until this Saturday when I go to do raids with the ladies. Hi, Magic Card. I had such a good morning yesterday. My sister sent me a text and she's like, I love you, and she uses my full name. She goes, I hope you have a wonderful day, and it's like, she sounds like she's about to commit a murder. Let me go see what he knocked off. The cat's been very bad about just being places this today he shouldn't be. What are you doing? Fine, he didn't break anything. Just for some reason today he has been all up in shelves. Not necessarily shelves he shouldn't be in, except for the one in the bathroom, but just, I fixed breakfast this morning and he hopped up on the counter. And he knows he's not allowed on that counter. He did it anyways. And he's been on the shelf in the bathroom. And he's on one shelf in the living room that I guess Dad just gave up and cleared it off so he could lay there. But for whatever reason, he has been horrible about shelves today. Anyways, my sister sent me a text. And just the tone of the text for some reason was like, she's about to kill someone. Something's peeved her off this morning. So I sent her back a text joking and said, look, whoever you want to kill, it's not worth the prison time. And she sent me back 2 texts. One of them laughing, and she'd be like, yeah, but it's 3 square meals a day, a place to sleep, and I don't have to do dishes. And then she called me so she could laugh because it was just that funny. And she's like, how did you know I woke up mad this morning? Not particularly mad at anybody, just she woke up mad. And then we spent the next like hour talking on the phone. I have no idea what section of Legends Arceus this music is from. Let's snag this one again. Excuse me, like I said, I'm kind of gunky today. My lemonade is not going to help that much, but it will wet my whistle. I'm almost out of it, and I need to take a few days and drink water. Give my cup a good clean after, so I'm not tasting residual lemonade flavor. My poor little straw is blue from the coloring. Oh, those are footprints. It looked half a second like a Pokemon had tried to spawn in and just spawned into the cave floor. It's so funny though, 'cause I was trying to nap. So I slept pretty good last night, but I still had kind of an up-down night. Like, okay, I'm gonna take an hour and a half. If not, you know, sleep, close my eyes, and I swear to God, it's one of those situations where every time I was about to kind of fall into a light doze, the cat would knock something over. And it's like, good sir, I'm about to lock you in a closet. Not that we have a closet in this house that locks. If you were doing the equivalent of Stella at night, where every time I'm finally about to drift off to sleep, she finds something outside she has to run and bark at. So my brain keeps thinking today is Thursday, because yesterday was my day off because I worked. And I did finally remember to make me an appointment to have my head reshaved. That'll be next week, Tuesday actually. So next week will probably be another slightly wonky week where I have a day reversed. You. Don't technically need you. Really don't need you. I've been considering when I get to shiny hunting and sword and shield for like the last stuff I need for my shiny living decks, not counting legendaries. But I've been considering kind kind of splitting the hunts. Like, say the Vanillite line, I want to hunt Vanillite in the wild area. And then I want to do Vanillish here. And then, like, for Vanillux, I would think I would like to breed an egg and get it shiny that way. That will probably require a good bit of date skipping, though, for weather conditions. Hi, Beebaz. I don't actually run into many of you. I see them when they spawn in, but I haven't actually run into many. Okay, ice cream cone popped in. But I got another evening alone last night and it was fantastic. I was even a good person, and before I went to bed, I made the coffee pot because I knew Dad would be back this morning and would probably want coffee. And I was correct. I didn't do any other dishes, but I did wash out a couple of cups for coffee. Mostly because, like I said before, I was tired after I finished working. Oh. It was a good day. I couldn't complain too much. Omanyte. Music, you go just a little loud. There we go. Turn you down just a smidge. Get my chat back up. There we go. Yeah, hi Magikarp. There's me a fossil. I think if by some chance I don't have this by 3,000, I will start doing a few extra hunts after streams. Kind of like what I was doing with the fossil revivals, where I was just reviving an extra 100. Ooh, this music actually kind of suits the snowy weather here. Sorry. I think I made Stella just a little bit mad this morning. We didn't go walking. We will tomorrow morning, though. Actually, I'm gonna get to try and get back to where we're walking just about every day. We didn't yesterday because I knew my feet were gonna hurt. And putting on my sneakers makes my one foot hurt. Just because my freaking foot's still being stubborn and it's that last little bit swollen still. And it was kind of rainy yesterday morning, I think. Not like super, super rainy, but just a little bit rainy. Nope. Bye-bye, fish. Going in circles. He is kind of making me like legit want an ice cream. And I haven't had an ice cream since sometime in June or July, I think. We were getting ready for a birthday party. And me and Dad's girlfriend went to town to pick some stuff up, and it's like, hey, let's go get a milkshake. Oh. Hi, Basculin. No, I don't reckon I need to fight you. Running is enough. I still don't know where in Legends Arceus this music plays. Like, I don't have a single clue. I do not remember this particular music. Though it is possible that it's like background music for cutscenes and whatnot, which I would remember less than the music that plays in the background, you know, when we're running around the various areas. Get another Omanyte? There we go. Ooh, and one further in. Or I guess that's technically further out. Hopefully it will. Also, hello, Mint. Lovely to see you. With a little bit of luck, it will. I just come to the conclusion that the Omanyte line just does not like me enough to shine for me early, so it's gonna make me work for it. Which is all fine and fair. Alright, that's a Basculin. I will get him eventually. Getting any shiny, unless it's shiny locked, is an eventuality in whatever games you tend to be hunting it in. Being stubborn, which is fair. You don't want every single thing you hunt shiny to be easy. You do want one that will kind of challenge you a little bit. Oh, nice! Congratulations! It is a really nice kind of subtle shiny. Definitely a blink and you'll miss it one in Scarlet. Kind of like Persian. Hi, Papa. You know, we talked about the Chart Cadet line being an underwhelming shiny. But, oh my god, you never think about Persian, who's the only thing that changes on their shiny form is their ears. So if Chart Cadet's kind of underwhelming, Cantonian Persian is like right behind it. There we go. There's another fossil. Hey, another one. Couple of them in a row? Oh! Maybe. I am gonna have to get up in a minute and go talk to my dad for a moment, though. Oh, there we go. Oh, I didn't know they spawned in there. It's the first Audino I've seen in that cave. Alright, give me just a second. I'll be back in just a moment. Excuse me. Ooh, another Omanyte. Ooh, another Omanyte. Ooh, a piece of candy. What it feel like when they get one of those streaks where I get like 5 or 6 of them just spawned in a row. Adam West and Family Guy just, ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. I like to think I'm smart enough not to fall for the box propped up by a stick trap, though, so. It's a little funny not having a Mega this week. I am hoping that this kind of means they're spreading out their reveals a bit, that we get one like next week. And And it won't just be, here's a new Mega Evolution every week up until the game releases. Hold on, my sound is like just a few seconds behind. There we go. That generally fixes it. Yes, there we go. Hate it when the sound desyncs just that little bit. Oh! But I think doing just 5 or 6 mega reveals would be just like the right number. And just enough of them to get us excited about the new megas without over-revealing. There we go. Are you hunting something new now that you've got your Vulpix? Are you gonna do a second one for a Ninetales? Oh no, wait, you said you were gonna put this one into Legends Arceus. Never mind. Tiny monkey fellow. Came across another one of those AI Pokemon videos yesterday. Like, if we had Pokemon's health in real life, and it was showing like a trainer with a Squirtle in their garden, and a trainer with like who was cooking with the Charmander, and all of the Pokemon are like this big. It's like, can't you guys get it right? In one video, they're just hugely ginormous beyond what they should technically be. And in this one, they're all just teeny tiny baby. Oh, that'll be fun. Getting a shiny alpha is always a fun experience. I shiny hunted the alpha Ursaring in not the Obsidian Fieldlands, in the Crimson Mirelands. So I could have a shiny alpha Ursaluna. I got really lucky too. I found it in like 36 encounters. Maybe that's where all my shiny luck went. Was that one Ursaring. Are you going to look for you a team of shiny Pokemon to play the game with? Or is it just hunting for the NPCs right now? It is very goofy. I'll watch them for about 15 seconds and it's like, yeah, this is definitely AI, and then I like just scroll on. As if you're using AI to generate stuff for you and claim as your own. I don't want to see it. Saw a thing yesterday where someone at a convention had set up a booth and like all their art was AI generated, and the convention runners found out and they kicked them out. And I can't blame them for that a bit. If you don't want to put the hours into learning a skill, then you don't deserve that skill. Just AI videos are kind of dumb in general. guarantee the other Pokemon that spawned in with this one was a Magikarp. Oh, nice. Good luck. Oh, I was wrong. It's a Barboach. Oh. Nice. When I was finishing up my hunting in Legends Arceus, this is my shiny hunting after I had finished getting the alpha Pokemon I needed from Distortions. I got lucky and came across a shiny Hisuian Zorua in an outbreak. And it was actually something I'd planned on hunting like after I was finished with everything else, because I have a friend who loves ghost Pokemon. So I always try and get her like a couple of shiny ghosts. And I was like, oh perfect, now I don't have to hunt this. Get another Omanyte? Nope, Magikarp, that's fine. I've been debating on if I want to try and like hunt a specific shiny alpha in Legends ZA for my team, or just maybe hunt a shiny for my team in general, because I do not generally use shinies during like my first playthrough. I know at some point I am going to hunt try and hunt a shiny alpha Pumpkaboo for my friend, because Gorgeist is one of her favorite Pokemon. So excited to get back to alpha hunting. As silly as that probably sounds, I'm probably just excited to go back to doing another alpha living dex as I am for shiny hunting in ZA. Just a second, I'll turn it down a bit more. That better? Some days my music ends up a little louder than I intend it to. Oh. No, go away, fish. Just if you ever have trouble hearing me, or if, God forbid, I've done that thing where I forgot to unmute my microphone, just let me know. Don't worry about me being mad or anything. It annoys me more when someone will be chatting with me in chat for like 30 minutes and I'm answering them and they didn't tell me that my microphone was muted. I've had that happen. Awesome. The rumor has it that the shiny sparkle noise is back. Which, honestly, I don't think they should have left it out of Scarlet and Violet. I think they should make it to where you can turn it on and off, to to where it has a toggle in the options menu, but just for accessibility reasons for people who are either hard of hearing or colorblind. It's something they should have kept in. If nothing else, they should have at least done like the Let's Go sparkles around the Pokemon. Of course, I do fairly okay hunting just by looking. But I have a friend or two who are colorblind, and so shiny hunting for them is really annoying and difficult. I'm looking at the calendar yesterday, and my dad's birthday is later this month, and he's doing a party. I'm looking at it, and I looked at the date, and I saw the 16th, and it's like, oh no. Like, oh no, we're doing party when Legend ZA releases, and then like a minute later, it's like, it's September, it's not October, you idiot. So very much, you know, in my brain there for a few minutes, Legend ZA was coming out like in 2 weeks. Yeah, the lighting, oh my god, the lighting. The lighting can make, I hated hunting for a shiny Varoom, because when the light hits them just right, all of them look shiny because of the texture. Like, it was still really obvious when it was actually a shiny, but still you find yourself looking at a regular one and being like, is that shiny or is it just the light? Like Tandemouse and Mousehold, well, Tandemouse, because I don't think you can get Mousehold outbreaks, but it's like, what were they thinking, making it that color and making it that tiny? And you guys couldn't have just made him a brown mouse or something? Yeah, Mousehold is definitely one of those ones where I just wipe out like the entire outbreak and then restart it. Actually, the best place to hunt Mousehold with an outbreak is in the Paradise Barrens, because it's a better contrast with the brown soil as opposed to like the green grass. Honestly, sometimes I think they stuck a few of the shinies they did in Scarlet and Violet just to kind of troll us. Hi, Barboach. They make me want ice cream. I kind of hope the Vanillite line might be in ZA. If not for me, then for Mama Blue, because she liked the Vanillite line as well. Yeah. Minor is a bit more understandable though because the colorful form is a battle form, but it is kind of annoying. But that makes it so much better than having to hunt for it in Sun and Moon. Or breed for it. So I got all my Minor colors in Pokemon Moon. And it felt like a chore and a half. Actually, I think some of my favorite hunts in Scarlet and Violet are the Pokemon that run away from you unless they're shiny. Because then you can just kind of make circles until the shiny shows up. I want to say when Violet and Violet, I want to say it took me 2 days, maybe? So it ended up taking me a decent handful of sandwiches, but it wasn't too horribly bad. Actually, I got lucky in Brilliant Diamond and managed to chain one and get like 3 or 4 of the shinies. Actually, Zoroark. Oh my god, Zoroark gave me so much more trouble than Ditto did. I think it took me a week to find a shiny Zoroark. I got the shiny Zorua in like 5 minutes, but the Zoroark took me days. Excuse me. I am curious though to see what new shiny hunting method we might end up with in ZA. Because they could very easily just make it kind of outbreaks like the ones we'd get in Legends Arceus, not Scarlet and Violet ones. Which actually probably wouldn't be too bad. I do hope if we end up with outbreaks like that, that it'll be the ones we can just kind of soft reset and do. I really liked being able to do the soft resets with the outbreaks in Legends Arceus. That's actually how I got my Hisuian Sneasel. That was like the first one I tried it on. I think it took me 7 or 8 resets. Not bad at all. Of course, I also spent like 3.5 hours one day doing different permutations to try and get a shiny Hisuian Growlithe. for an arc to evolve into an Arcanine, that was a chore and a half. I didn't much care for those, but that was more because you almost couldn't do them if you were trying to shiny hunt a Pokemon that didn't aggro. I tried it with Oshawott. It was horrible. Nope. Oh. Okay then. Do you think these guys are hungry and that's why they're so mean? Wonder if they can smell the backpack full of food I'm not currently carrying. I didn't notice that you lose until now that you lose your backpack when you're riding your bike. How does that work? No, I don't need it in my bag yet. You know, funny, Igglybuff was another Pokemon that kind of gave me a hard time finding its shiny. I think that might have had a bit more to do with the spawn area for it though, because it spawns like right outside towns. So it was really easy to accidentally like reset the outbreak without meaning to. Apparently so. I love that kind of common joke that Pokemon has basically developed the Capsule Corp capsules from Dragon Ball Z, that where you can like fit anything in it. Which would make sense given Pokeball technology. It would not surprise me if that is a kind of a technically how it works. Like pockets in the bags have some sort of tech that does actually make them a bit bigger, or makes the stuff you put in them smaller, I guess. I know I read a fanfiction once that had had it set up to where they had kind of storage boxes that were kind of like Pokeballs. You could make them bigger or smaller. You could make them smaller to like carry in your bag, and then expand them to get the stuff you had stored in them out. Remember the start of the Diamond and Pearl anime with Dawn. When she comes downstairs or out of her room, and she literally has a suitcase, and her mom's looking at her like, why do you have a suitcase? And she's like, well, I have all my stuff in this, and she lists off a bunch of clothes and stuff, and her mom goes, honey, no, and hands her a backpack. And it's like, actually, no, your daughter, that is actually probably about the amount of storage space you would technically need to carry all the kinds of stuff you see in your trainer pack at the Pokemon games. I got a little chuckle because it's like, where are you fitting this sleeping bag in? How do you have 6 different changes of clothes in this tiny backpack? Which I imagine, actually I imagine the vacuum bags get a lot of use in the Pokemon world. Just put your clothes in the bag, suck the air out, and stick it in your backpack. I know in the anime, the scenes where they're like setting up to eat and they have a table. It's like, where did the table come from? I always kind of assumed they were like some trainer version of a rest stop out in the forest and they had like tables and chairs that trainers could borrow and use. But it's like, where in your bag is this table stored, Brock? And also, where's all this food stored? I would say so, but a bunch of the characters were like skirts and shorts, so that wouldn't work completely. It's the closed version of that weapon joke, where like a cop or a guard standing at a door tells someone to get rid of all their weapons and they just keep pulling them out of more ridiculous places. Strip and take off your clothes and you're wearing 16 layers of clothes. But I mean, considering they've been able to catch Pokemon with Pokeballs made out of apricorns and tumblestones for like at least 150 years, it probably wouldn't be super hard to make a box that could store things that wasn't living that would shrink and expand. It's just kind of one of those fun things to think about. Because when you think about it, I didn't want Pokemon. Pokeballs shrink down to the size of things like marbles, which is perfectly fine. I can see you being able to carry a couple hundred of those easy. What I cannot see is you being able to carry like all the battle items, all the berries, all the held items, and evolution items. Because though I'm sure most of them are fairly small, that's a lot of space being taken up. I know the Gen 1 games, the comics say that the bicycle you ride around on is like actually collapsible. You can literally like fold it up and stick it in a case and stick it in like your backpack. But still, even then, that's gonna take up a lot of space in your bag. If we ever get another live-action Pokemon movie, that's like a little segment we need them to focus on, is just how trainers fit so much stuff in their bag. And it be a scene, and it just basically be a Mary Poppins bag where they just keep taking more and more things out of their backpack. Probably. Or maybe Giratina. All our stuff's just floating around in the distortion world. Whenever we need it, he chunks it through a hole in the air. That'd be kind of funny, actually. She's an angry Pokemon version of GLaDOS. Okay, that would be kind of a fun level of Portal, though. It'd be one where you're just in a room and there's a bunch of like Pokemon merchandise and stuff around for you to like chuck through portals and whatnot. Come on, my dude. Don't want you guys want to be shiny so we can get this undone and over with. I'm already over odds. Ugh. I get another reality mimicking game life for a moment so we can have snow. Excuse me, there we go. I'm so ready for snow. Not even like inches of snow. I just want to be able to look outside and see snow falling. You get like half an inch that will melt the next day. I'm just ready for cooler weather. Not that I can really complain too much. The past couple of weeks have been fairly cool, other than like the afternoon when the sun's hitting the front of the house. It gets a little stuffy in here then, but it's been pretty good the last 2 weeks. I can't complain because usually right now we're still dealing with like 100-degree weather during the day. I will take 83 gladly. Stella's kind of meh on snow. Like, she doesn't really care for going out in it to play. But, she's not horribly against at least going outside to go to the bathroom. She doesn't like it though because it means when it snows we can't go on walks. And towards the beginning of like the newer year in January or so, we always get like one big snowstorm that means that for like a week and a half at least we're just stuck inside. I get so many big sad-eyed pleading looks from her, like, Mom, make it go away so we can go walk. Now, if she finds something to bark at, she will stay out in it for a bit. Or if she gets loose, she'll go wander around behind the house and sniff rabbit trails and stuff for a while, but as long as she is on her accord, she just does not much care for the snow. Of course, I wouldn't care for something that touched my belly when I was walking around outside either. She'd probably enjoy it if she were a bigger dog, but she's not. But I'm very much ready for fuzzy pajama bottoms and hoodies to be like my main outfit. Dad hates it a little bit. We'll go to the store and he'll look down at me, goes, "You're in your pajama bottoms." Like, yes I am. I'm gonna be in this store for 2.5 minutes. I don't care if they see my pajama bottoms. I didn't want to put pants on. Is it just gonna be all Magikarps this time? Nope. Almost. Yeah, being able to dig without getting in trouble is a plus. Now, my sister had a black lab mix that she was a short-haired dog. She liked the snow too. Because if there was snow outside, we didn't bother putting her on her the run cord outside, and she'd get to run loose around the front yard and play with the kids and stuff. So she really enjoyed it. I like it a few days of nice, pretty, snowy weather, and then it's like, okay, this can go away. I had a dog when I was little. She was I want to say a collie mixed with something, but I don't quite remember what. And I just have this very vivid memory in my brain of it being snowing outside, and her being in the backyard with our other dog, and him just licking the snow off of her fur. And it being kind of an awe moment because it was just really cute. The dog had so many litters of puppies. Why we never got her fixed, I don't know. She was a good dog, though. Well, you are not the Omanyte I wanted, good sir. Oh, this one is, though. I remember loving to go outside and play in the snow when I was little. Of course, we lived in a house that in our front yard was a big old hill. Excuse me, I'm trying to hiccup here. So we had a grand old time sledding. Because our front yard was so big, we could build like snow forts and stuff. Lots of fun. We'd get 5-gallon buckets and fill them with snow and make like slides or buildings and stuff. I think we tried an igloo one year. I don't remember if we succeeded, but we did try to make one. Hey, this is the Clefairy music. Nice, another one. I do hope we somehow have a snowy area in Lumio City. Especially considering there is the big snowy area outside of the one exit. The town with the big windmill? I don't remember the name of the town, but I know the big snowy route was outside of the town that had the windmill in it. And then you went there to what was it? I keep wanting to call it Winterbell City, but I don't remember if that's correct. The town with the last gem in it. The ZA rivals? You mean Urbane or I can't remember the girl's name. I do remember the boy's name is Urbane though. Yeah, I've seen the rivals. Or is there a different rival you're speaking of? Well, I guess Urbane probably isn't in... Tawny! Urbane and Tawny. I guess they're technically not your rivals. I mean, I've seen all the, trailers and stuff. But if the rivals you're talking about have been in a leak, then probably not. Because I do not generally do game spoilers outside of anything they might release before game releases. Or, story spoilers, I mean. I'll spoil myself to the moon and back when it comes to whatever Pokemon are actually going to be in the game, but I do not do story spoilers. No, it's based on if you're a boy or a girl. If you are a girl, you get Urbane. If you are a boy, you get Tawny. Same as kind of Legends Arceus. If you were a boy, you got Akari, and if you were a girl, you got Ray. But the fun thing about the Switch is you can have multiple save files, so you can do both. I'm still curious to see if we're gonna find out that the player character is like frickin' Sycamore's kid or niece or nephew or something. The male player character does look enough like Sycamore that it's like, I'm seeing some sort of family resemblance here, my dude. Then the girl does kind of look like Dawn's mom. Serena's mom. I don't know why I was gonna say Dawn. Can I get another? Nope. Ooh, here we go. Ain't nothing to feel gross about. Plenty of people play as the opposite gender. Whenever I do a second playthrough of a Pokemon game, I always play as a boy. I know Purple Cliff plays as a girl in part of his games. Moxie 2D is always a girl, for the most part, in his main playthrough of a game. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Thing is, the opposite gender in a Pokemon game is only as weird as you want to make it. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, a few of the people who make it to like Worlds and stuff are guys who play as character in their Pokemon games are girls. Ah, understandable then. There's also nothing wrong with that. No, if you don't want to play as a girl, you don't have to. But you're also welcome to. Do you a second game after you play your first? I am fairly set in my ways. When it comes to a new Pokemon game, I'm always a female. My trainer's name is always Emerald, which has been my gamer tag for, God, probably the past 15 years. But my second playthrough, on occasion, I usually do a male. Sometimes I call my male Bo to tie in with the channel here, the Gaming Bovine. Sometimes I turn it into freaking Final Fantasy characters. I did one, I think it was Legends Arceus. I think I named my character Cloud. From Final Fantasy VII, just because. He doesn't really look like Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, but I named him Cloud from Cloud in Final Fantasy VII. You just gotta have fun with it. But that's just kind of how I've always seen it. The first game is always the trainer is me. The second game, the trainer is whoever the hell I want them to be. No fossil this round? Nope. Dad's snoozing. Frickin' Volo. There's a small part of me that is like in desperate need of seeing a Volo Cynthia fight. Spin! Hi, Magikarp. But nah, in the end, do whatever makes you feel the most comfortable. You ain't gotta put yourself out there just to do it. And who knows, maybe someone will make a mod at some point. I guess they're probably gonna end up being friendly rivals, kind of like Hop and How. So they're your rivals, but they're not mean about it. Technically though, considering you're both part of the little group that wants to help keep Lumio City safe from the rogue megas, you're actually probably more co-workers in this. Teammates, maybe? Barboach back there. Hey, another Omanyte. another Omanyte. Ooh, piece of candy. But yeah, they'd probably be better described as your teammates because you get the other 2 or 3 people in your group as well. And I can't remember either of their names at the moment. The chick with the Staryu and the little fashionista with the Scraggy. Hopefully, I have a feeling it's going to be the people from Quartico in Inc. or whatever the name of that company is. Because we know it's not going to be Az. He's done being the villain. His villain arc is over. Now he's just an old man who wants to run his motel. Of course, there's also entirely possible that, like Volo, it will be a separate person we just haven't seen in trailers yet. Because we didn't see hide nor hair of Volo until we actually got the games. I had Volo pegged as sussy. Not long before the end of the game, I think I legit have a message in my Discord where I'm talking with a friend and I'm like, Volo's kind of sus. And then like 4 days later, it's like, I knew it! I knew you were a bad guy! They did try to pull the wool over our eyes with him at first, though. They actually did really good with making him the kind of surprise villain. He got a little easy to pick out just because, you know, he had to be so heavily involved in the after game. But you don't exactly see him coming until later. There's a dude who's done some voice acting for Pokemon games, and he voice acted the scene where Volo like summons Giratina, and he did fantastic. I'm just gonna keep running into Basculin at this point. I swear to God, if I find a second shiny Basculin, I'm just gonna release it. Dude, I didn't need the first one. Yeah. I mean, I am to the any Pokemon now point with the Omanyte being over odds. It just, whether or not that point will be at 1932 or 3061. Another Basculin. I'm going to wipe out the entire Basculin population in this stream. They're like the Sharpedo. I'm gonna have to eventually hunt one of those, and that's going to be a trip and a half. Oh, another Omanyte. No, don't catch on my keys, dang it. I always kind of like to think that after we beat Volo, eventually he goes back to Kagita, because they're both like Celestials, and I would love like a ton more lore on Celestials. Game Freak, please. But I always like to imagine that like he went back to her, and she just like smacked him over the head with her cutting board. There is still like a very small part of me that half expects frickin' Volo to show up in Legend ZA. Somehow. If not like directly, there might be a reference for him somewhere. That'd be kind of fun. They have been looking really good. Though the Arceus-shaped hair for his final costume was kind of dorky. I kind of love how like so many people's favorite character in Scarlet and Violet just ended up being poor Larry. Like we all know how this poor guy feels. And Rika is fantastic. she definitely got a hello Rika from me whenever I saw her for the first time. The Spider-Man pointing meme. Kind of. I just think it would be kind of funny. AZ played with powers he shouldn't have and was like cursed with immortality for it. Volo pissed off Arceus and was cursed with immortality for it. Well, to be fair, Volo tried to destroy the balance between like time and space. So he probably deserved something like that. Maybe not necessarily immortality, but Boyo definitely didn't deserve to get off scot-free for that one. Karma's gonna bite him in the butt big time. Can I get another? Nope. I desperately hope you guys are not in Legend ZA. I don't figure they probably will be. So I can't remember if you said, have you figured out which starter you want to use in ZA yet? But he kind of didn't help. Because, I mean, in the end, he, like, was ready to summon Giratina and start the whole thing over again. Like, yeah, he helped, but I think he helped more so he could just watch. He wanted Arceus' attention, and what better way to get it than to kind of travel around with the person Arceus yeeted into the past. Also, I could see him and Az being like a fun contrast with each other. You have Az, who lived 3,000 years and learned from his mistake, but Bolo, who's lived somewhere between 150 and 300. I don't quite remember how far back in the past Hisui is, and is still mad as all heck about it. And they would make very good, what is it, foils with each other? I think that's a proper term. Now I just need a picture of like Az air gelling Volo. Because he's going off in an angry rant as like ready to run away, and Az just picks him up and dangles him. That'd actually be kind of funny. We gotta be Arceus music. Yeah, that's fair. I am probably more than likely Chikorita all the way. Though I am still very curious as to see if they'll get Colossian forms. Because they can get Colossian forms and still have Megas. From what I've seen of the leaks, please Game Freak, let me have my dual type Meganium outside of battle. I won't be mentioning typings for anyone who wants to stay at least that unspoiled for that. Totodile's good too, though. You can't go wrong with a giant alligator. You really can't. I do like that, actually, so far from what I've seen starter-wise, that people are fairly evenly spread out on the starters. Like, I will see just as many people like, yeah, I'm getting Totodile, or woohoo, I'm getting Tepig for starters, as much as like, yes, I'm getting Chikorita for my starter. Still a little weird we ended up with 2 Gen 2 Pokemon, but that's fine. Especially if it means we're going to end up with 2 Gen 7 and 1 Gen 5 starter for the next Legends game. It being Litten, Popplio, and Snivy. Yeah, a couple of regional variants or a couple of convergents. Which is completely and totally possible to have them, and just the main focus has been on Megas because it's the Mega Pokemon game, basically. And like I said before, it would be really weird for them to leave them out when they went ahead and included regional variants in Legend ZA. If, by some chance, we don't get them in ZA, I would not object to them sticking a couple of regional variants from different regions into the game. Give us Galarian, Farfetch'd, and Maybe not Paldean Tauros, but it was like Galarian Farfetch'd and Galarian Ponyta or something. They did go ahead and include a lowland Vulpix in Legends Arceus, so it wouldn't be too weird if they didn't, but it would still at the same time be a little weird if they didn't. Actually, I kind of hope there's someone in game who's like standing there waiting to give you Galarian Farfetch'd, because he kind of suits the Kalos vibes fairly well. If we get Gen 6 starters for a Legends game, it will probably be after the next one. This is, of course, all assumptions, you know, because there's no way for me to peek into Game Freak's collective brains and see what exactly they're planning for the later Legends games. Or if we're going to get a Legends game, like after the hinted at third one in the first Legends trailer. And I say this because when the first trailer for Legends Arceus came out, the scene opened with them opening a book, and there was a stack of 3 books, with the one they opened being on top. But yes, hopefully Legends games will just be a thing they continue. I'm Magic Carp. But they do the Legends games and then the mainline games, and then on occasion we get a remake. Hi, B-Bass. I'm gonna scoot myself over here real fast and turn my fan some so it's hitting me. Here we go. Getting to be the warmer part of the day, so it's getting a little warm in the bedroom. Barboach, Magic Carp. Oh yes, hopefully. Then I'm hoping they will continue on and be the every 2/3 year Pokemon game. But I still think we're guaranteed at least 3. But yes, I do hope it continues beyond that, because it's fun. It's, hey, here's Pokemon, but hey, here's Pokemon, and we've changed up the formula from what you're used to. But I would love a past/future look at, like, every region. Johto and Unova, I would love a past look, because I would like to see around the time that Ho-Oh's tower burned. And, you know, we got Suicune, Raito, and Entei. And then for you, Nova, I want to... There is so much lore I feel like they could do for the war between the brothers. But if they were to do like a Kanto game, I almost think I would want it set in the future. Please, Game Freak, no more Kanto games for about 5 or 6 more years. It feels like we get halfway to 5 in a generation and all of a sudden we have another Kanto game. Alola would be another one. I would want the Legends game to be a past game. So we could get the story arc for when the wormholes first open. Oh yes, it is really nice. Except for Charizard. He gets treated special every other region. And Bulbasaur and Squirtle to a bit of a lesser extent. If you guys wanted to skip the first generation starters being special for a bit, I wouldn't complain. As horrible as that probably sounds. Of course, that's kind of like, I think it's just kind of Gen 1 burnout with that. It's kind of like how I have Gen 4 burnout for certain Pokemons in the Pokemon games right now. Shinx, Lucario, Weasel, Starly. Like, okay, it's time for us to not see these guys for a game or two, just to give us some breathing room. This is why I'm hoping that Gen 10 will be, for the most part, a big reset like Gen 5 was. Like, I imagine it won't be completely, because a 400 Pokedex would be hard to do 400 new Pokemon for. But I do want, like, a big, huge majority of the Pokemon in Gen 10 to be new Pokemon. Get us up to 1,200, Game Freak. Excuse me. Yeah. I'm tired of it seeming like, oh, here, we're gonna be nice and give you an extra starter in this game, and it's always Charmander. I mean, to be fair, in Scarlet and Violet, we got all the starters. But even in, like, Charizard was the first max rate battle, which kind of tied into the anime at that point in time, which is reasonable, I guess. And then, but we also got Charizard as a gift from Leon in Gen 7, or Gen 8. It was one of the 3 Pokemon you could pick for a second, for a Mega in Gen 6. And it got 2 different Megas. And no other Pokemon other than Mewtwo got 2 Megas. Like, you guys couldn't have done that for Bulbasaur and Squirtle as well and made it a really hard decision? Because could you imagine trying to choose your Mega and your game version when there were 2 options? Sorry, Magikarp, don't need you. Oh! I won't complain. But yes, it would be nice for other Pokemon to get the spotlight. Other Pokemon, excluding Pikachu and Eevee as well, unless we're giving Eevee one more Eevee evolution before giving it like a regional form or a convergent. Oops, I nudged my HDMI cord. Oh, excuse me. But no, I want Eevee to get its one final evolution. Bring it up to 8 or 9? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, bring it up to 9. And then in Gen 10, introduce either a new Pokemon or a convergent species Eevee that will over time get the other 9 typings. I will always love my Eevee babies, but it's time to let another Pokemon take that spotlight, I think. Actually, I still think if they wanted to be silly about it, they should give Eevee a normal type evolution as like its last evolution. If we get, I feel like there's a good chance that Diancie might be a Pokemon Home reward. Fill out your Living Dex in Pokemon Home for Legend ZA and get like a shiny Diancie. Though you never know, she has a Mega. She might make an appearance somewhere. She would probably be an endgame Pokemon though. I would love, honestly, I think I would probably enjoy fairy just any Eevee they want to give us. Though, doing a dragon or dragon steel or poison Eevee to make it the counterpart to Sylveon would probably be best. But if I'm not mistaken, all of Eevee's are special attackers, and I think Dragon is the last special attacking type that Eevee hasn't been. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, nice, 2 in a row. I'm hoping though that when we get Gen 10, we will finally get the those last few type combinations we don't have. I mean, come on, Game Freak, it's really time to fill in that last little handful of gaps. I want to say it's what, like 9 type combinations? And I'm not just saying this because I desperately want to see what they would do for a fairy dragon type Pokemon. Dragon Pokemon are fun. I do generally tend to adore my dragons. I absolutely loved Noibat and Noivern when they released with Gen 6. And then of course Appleton with Gen 8, my chunky boy. But no, a dragon type Eevee would be a nice way to kind of close that circle up. Actually, I would kind of like a the next Eevee-like Pokemon to be like a cat. Because Eevee kind of runs the line of being more often than not depicted as like dogs and foxes. Espeon and Sylveon I think are kind of cattish a little bit. But I would love to see like the new evolution Pokemon just be straight up cats. Seeing how Eevee themselves are like a representation of selective breeding for dog breeds and stuff. No, there's not many type combinations they haven't used yet, but it would be nice to see Gen 10 plug in those holes. Like, I don't think we have a straight up grass electric type. I know we don't have a dragon fairy. What else off the top of my head? I don't think we have a dragon and no, we have a dragon electric. I want to say there's one or two other dragons we don't have types with yet as well. I know there's a list somewhere you can look up easy enough. Like, we didn't have a ghost normal type until we got Hisuian, Zorua, and Zoroark. That's another fun thing about convergent species and regional variants. I guess the thing that makes me a little sad is we've gotten to 3 new Mega Pokemon and all of them just stick to their typings. None of them change. Of course, that might be because all 3 are dual type to begin with. This is not me saying, you know, that Dragonite 100% should have been a Dragon Fairy type. Also, I would like to see more of the dual typings that are just like strictly legendary Pokemon have common Pokemon with those typings. Give us a Dragon Electric type that's not Zekrom. Or Dragon Ice type that's not Kyurem. Oh no, wait, we have that. That's the Excalibur line. Sorry about that, I forgot about him for a moment. But I think, like, our only fire water Pokemon is Volcanion. So I would like some of the legendary only typings to get common Pokemon in those typings as well. Ground Fairy, Rock Ghost, Normal Bug, Normal Steel, Ice Poison, Bug Dragon. Yes, we need a Bug Dragon Pokemon as well. But yeah, that's not many typings. And even throwing in the typings from legendaries slash mythicals, who are the only ones with their typings, that's not adding like a ton more. Like Zekrom, the Tapus, Volcanion, probably one or two I'm not thinking of off the top of my head. The wolves, Zacian and Zamazenta. Maybe a couple of the Treasures of Ruin? No, actually I think we have most of the Treasures of Ruin covered. Because we have Frost Dark already, we have Ice Dark and Sneasel, we have Ground Dark in Sandile line. Fishy is what, he's Fire Dark, I think, and we have that in hand. Okay, never mind. We have all those. Fairy Dragon, but it's only a Mega. Yeah, if it's a Mega or a Legendary or a Mega or a Mythical or something like that, I think there should be at least one base Pokemon that also has that typing. But at the end of the day, it's up to the Pokemon Company and Game Freak. And the team that sits down and gets to make new Pokemon all day. Excuse me, Basculin. I gotta take a quick bathroom break after this one. I'll be back in just a minute. much better. Thank you for that. Nothing. Nothing. I ain't talking to you. No. Sure, why not? Except I think she's in there on the couch. Okay. All your stuff's here. Yes, you will. Yeah, bless him. But no, next year's gonna be wild for Pokemon. Next year's gonna be wild with me trying to save up $500 to buy a Switch 2. Ah, Altaria. Okay, I forgot that one was actually Fairy Dragon. Legendary Electric Grass. Ooh, yeah, we could do with another Ice Fairy. Actually, we could do with more fairies just kind of in general. I'm having a moment. What's our Ice Fairy? You're welcome. I figured you'd want a cup when you got home this morning. Oh, okay, Alola Ninetales. It took me a moment to remember there. Oh, there we go. Can I get another? Oh, I can. Lovely. But yes, I'm looking forward to all the new type combinations we should hopefully be getting. Because, you know, you gotta put that type calculator into overdrive when figuring out what exactly these things are weak against. I'm hoping fossil Pokemon return in Gen 10 as well. I'd been looking forward to seeing what fossils we would get for Paldea, and then we got, didn't really get them because of the past and future Paradox Pokemon, I figure. kind of got fossil Pokemon, but not official fossil Pokemon. Yeah, getting to see more of your favorite types is always nice. Get a Pokemon with Blue and see if she's gonna do another ghost type run in Legends EA. There we go. Ooh. Much better. Oh, hi Bastion. Nope, need another one of you. Cat on top of Etiquette. Color bias in Pokemon types, that's fair. It can happen that way a little bit. I mean, my favorite color is green, and of course my favorite Pokemon types are generally grass types. So, you know. That's also possible too. Ain't nothing wrong with having a party of aesthetically pleasing Pokemon. I laughed at myself when I did my Violet playthrough of Pokemon because I had a whole lot of purple in that team. I do like my teams to be fairly colorful, though. Oh. So I know the Rainbow Pokemon Shiny Challenge was a thing for a while. Which might be something I have to do just for fun. Do me a rainbow team of Pokemon. There we go. Alright, let's see. Can I get another one? Nope. Oh, here we go. Ooh, there we go off in the distance as well. But no, there are a little bit of aesthetics to Pokemon, especially when it comes to like people matching Pokemon to Pokeballs. Like I said the other day, part of the reason why I want customizable Pokeball colors is for the aesthetic. And also because if Pokemon were a thing, Pokeball painting would totally be a thing like 90% of trainers did. Either painting Pokeballs or like stickers like Richie in the anime used. Custom shells would definitely be a thing. I imagine the outer covering probably wouldn't matter so long as it was something that was feasibly breakable. It's something that could like swirl inwards and become smaller. I'm going to try very hard not to go off on my custom Pokeball tangent again. Fish, 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 just all the way fish, fish, fish. Ooh. There we go. I mean, that's fair. No, but the Excalibur line is a smidge ugly. I wish they had leaned a bit more into the dinosaur aesthetic for Baxcalibur, like they had for its pre-evolution for Archibald. I wish they had kept that a bit more than going for like Godzilla monster. I would have loved to it had been just full on kind of Spinosaurus. Alright, 10 more to go for today. Game Freak, please, we need more dinosaurs. All the dinosaurs, Game Freak. This has nothing to do with me kind of wanting to use an Alpha Tyrant. I need Rexy Sue, but giant. But no, you do get type combinations on occasion that are just stupidly pleasing to the eye. That would actually kind of be a fun way to choose a team. You can only choose Pokemon whose type combinations are next to each other on the color wheel. So that might limit you quite a bit. That is something I would legit have to like look through the game before I look through all the type combinations before I tried it. just to make sure there was a decent amount to choose from. Always need more dinosaurs. I mean, don't get me wrong, the past Paradox beasts are fantastic. Heck yes, dinosaurs. But they're also past Paradox beasts, and they're practically legendaries, more or less. So it's like, I was so sad when I realized we weren't getting an area where we could freely hunt them, so I could shiny hunt them. I would legit drop $150 on all 3 of their plushes if I had $150 to spare. There's a small, like, childish part of me that wants to ride Walking Wake, like, into frickin' battle. Yeah, I'm hoping Gen 10 is nice and gives us like 3 or 4 fossil Pokemon. Maybe a few more. Maybe just a few regular dinos in general outside of fossil Pokemon. Like, come on, Game Freak, we need a raptor of some sort, and we need a Stegosaurus or a Spiketail, whose species I cannot remember the name of, or we need a proper Triceratops. You know, one that actually has the 3 horns sticking out. It's like if we need like a Mosasaur and 3 or 4 other new aquatic ones, and it's like, come on, Game Freak, give us the one dude with the big old huge long claws. Always use more dinosaurs. It really is gorgeous, and its shiny form is fantastic. First, all their shinies are fantastic. I just wish we could hunt them. Of course, seeing how they're doing the Treasures of Ruin in raids, maybe we'll get the Paradox beasts in swords in raids as well for shiny hunting. I wouldn't mind it being another 1 million raid event. Actually, I have expect there to be like a lot of raid events coming up for the 30th anniversary up until Gen 10 releases. Yeah. That would be kind of fun. I mean, the Rapidash and then the Galarian Rapidash and Ponyta aren't bad unicorns. But, wouldn't say no to a couple more. Alright, that is my last Omanyte for the day. Get out of the water before anything can decide to ambush me. We'll be back tomorrow to do another 250 encounters. Maybe I'll get it tomorrow. Oh, Mint, it's been a pleasure talking to you, as always. Want animals to make them starters? Yeah, definitely. Been a pleasure talking to you as always. I hope you have a good evening. I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.